If you've been on the spiritual path for a while, you know the maddening feeling of being so close to your desires, you can almost taste them, yet they remain just out of reach. You've done the vision boards, the affirmations, the meditations, you've followed all the rules, but the final breakthrough remains elusive. What if I told you that everything you've been waiting for is locked behind a single door, and that what I'm about to share is the one key that opens it instantly? This isn't another technique or a new secret. It's the one fundamental shift that makes all the other techniques finally work. Here's the truth that will either liberate you or frustrate you. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. The universe doesn't respond to your desires, your hopes, or even your positive thoughts. It responds to your identity. While you've been trying to get what you want, you've been unconsciously broadcasting the frequency of someone who doesn't have it, which is why your reality has been reflecting more of the same. The manifestation breakthrough you've been waiting for isn't about doing more. It's about being different. This is where the magic of energetic alignment and the power of a conscious identity shift come in. It's the difference between trying to convince the universe to give you something and becoming someone who naturally has it. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover why this one shift is the missing piece you've been searching for, how to activate it with one simple practice, and why everything you've been waiting for is about to rush into your life the moment you finally get this. This isn't just another spiritual concept. This is the master key to unlocking a reality so different, so abundant, so fulfilling, that you'll wonder how you ever lived any other way. If you're tired of being almost there and ready to finally be there, then you're in the right place at the right time. Your breakthrough is one shift away. There's a maddeningly familiar feeling that most people experience on their manifestation journey. The sense that everything they've been working for is just beyond their grasp, so close they can almost taste it, yet never quite materializing. They get signs, synchronicities, and near misses that feel like progress, but the final breakthrough remains elusive, leaving them in a perpetual state of almost there. This isn't because they're doing anything wrong or because the universe is teasing them. It's because there's an invisible gap between who they are and who they need to be to receive what they want. This gap is created by a subtle misalignment in their identity, a quiet internal contradiction that keeps their desires at arm's length. What they don't realize is that this gap isn't something they have to bridge through more effort or new techniques. It's something that dissolves instantly when they experience a true identity shift. Imagine trying to tune in to a specific radio station, but your receiver is consistently off by just one decimal point. You'll hear static snippets of the music and the sound of other stations bleeding through, but you'll never hear the song clearly until you make that one tiny adjustment. That brings everything into perfect alignment. That's exactly what's been happening in their life. Their desires have been broadcasting on one frequency, while their identity has been broadcasting on a slightly different one, creating a constant state of energetic mismatch. The reason it's felt out of reach until now is that they've been trying to change their external reality without making the one internal shift that actually creates the change. They've been trying to get what they want instead of becoming who they need to be to naturally attract it. But when they finally understand that their identity is the receiver that tunes into different realities, they realize that a small internal adjustment can create a massive external manifestation breakthrough. The gap between wanting and having doesn't need to be crossed. It needs to be collapsed, and it collapses the moment they align their being with their desire. The most misunderstood principle in all of manifestation is that the universe doesn't respond to what someone wants. It responds to what someone is. Their desires are like blueprints for a building, but their identity is the construction crew that actually brings those blueprints to life. They can have the most beautiful blueprints in the world, but if their construction crew is working from a different set of plans, they'll never build what they actually want. This is why energetic alignment is not just helpful for manifestation, it's the only thing that creates lasting transformation. When their inner state of being matches their desired reality, they stop trying to attract what they want and start radiating the frequency that makes it inevitable. Most people spend years trying to change their external circumstances, their job, their relationships, their bank account, without realizing that these are just reflections of their internal identity. Their subconscious self-concept acts like an energetic thermostat, automatically keeping their external reality consistent with their deepest beliefs about who they are and what they deserve. If they have an identity shift at the core level, their entire reality will recalibrate to match their new internal setting without any conscious effort on their part. It's like changing the destination in their GPS. All the directions, detours, and suggestions automatically update to guide them to their new location. The magic of identity alignment is that it collapses time and effort because they're no longer fighting against their own energetic signature. When they embody the identity of someone who is already wealthy, loved, successful, or healthy, they naturally start thinking, feeling, and acting in ways that create those outcomes. They don't have to remember to think positive thoughts or maintain a high vibration. Their new identity does it for them automatically. This is the secret to the most powerful manifestation breakthrough moments. They happen when someone stops trying to get something and starts being someone who naturally has it. Their reality becomes a mirror reflecting the truth of who they've become, not a vending machine dispensing what they've asked for. Beneath the surface of their conscious desires, there's an invisible pattern of beliefs and assumptions that has been silently running their life, often in direct opposition to what they say they want. This pattern is their core identity, a collection of "I am" statements that were programmed into their subconscious mind during childhood, past experiences, and cultural conditioning. Statements like, "I am someone who struggles," "I am not worthy of love," "I am not smart enough," or "I am always overlooked" act as powerful commands that their reality has been faithfully obeying without their conscious awareness. This hidden pattern is the reason their manifestations have been inconsistent or non-existent, because it's been silently repelling the very things they've been trying to attract. The most exciting discovery they can make is that this pattern isn't fixed or permanent. It's just a habit of consciousness that can be rewired instantly through a conscious identity shift. Because their subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotion, they can literally install a new identity program by consistently choosing to think, feel, and act from a new set of "I am" statements. Instead of "I am struggling to make ends meet," they can practice the identity of "I am a natural money magnet." Instead of "I am unlucky in love," they can embody "I am someone who attracts healthy, loving relationships effortlessly." This isn't about lying to themselves. It's about consciously choosing the identity they want to experience and practicing it until it becomes their new default program. The key to rewiring this pattern instantly is understanding that the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. When they practice feeling the emotions of their desired identity, feeling abundant, loved, confident, worthy, their nervous system begins to accept this new identity as their current reality. This creates an immediate energetic alignment that overrides their old programming and begins to attract experiences that match their new internal state. The moment their new identity feels more familiar than their old one, they've achieved a manifestation breakthrough because their reality has no choice but to start reflecting the new pattern they've installed in their consciousness. The transition from wanting something to having it is not a gradual process. It's a quantum leap that happens in the exact moment someone's energy shifts from seeking to being. When they're in a state of wanting, they're broadcasting a frequency of lack, of not having, which magnetizes more experiences of the same. But when they make the internal identity shift to being the person who already has what they desire, their energy becomes coherent, powerful, and irresistible to the quantum field. This is the point where their reality stops resisting them and starts rearranging itself to match their new state of consciousness. It's the difference between asking for a gift and knowing the gift is already yours. This shift isn't something they can force through willpower or positive thinking. It's a natural consequence of authentic, energetic alignment. It happens when they've practiced their new identity so consistently that it feels more real and natural than their old limitations. The moment they stop trying to get love and start being love, The moment they stop trying to attract wealth and start being wealthy at the energetic level, the moment they stop seeking success and start embodying success, that's when their reality has to catch up. Their being becomes a powerful magnet that draws in experiences, people, and resources that are a perfect vibrational match for their new frequency. The most beautiful part of this process is that when they achieve this state of being, they often lose the desperate need for the thing they were trying to manifest because they've already accessed the feeling of it within themselves. They become so whole, so complete, so fulfilled in their new identity that the external manifestation becomes a delightful bonus rather than a desperate requirement for their happiness. This detachment is actually what accelerates their manifestation. Breakthrough, because it removes all resistance and signals to the universe that they trust the process completely. When they no longer need it to happen, it happens effortlessly because they finally become an energetic match for what they've always deserved. The most direct way to activate a new identity and create a powerful energetic alignment is through a practice I call Future Now Embodiment. This isn't meditation in the traditional sense of emptying the mind. It's an active process of filling their consciousness with the reality they choose to experience. They can start by sitting quietly for 10-15 minutes each day and asking themselves, who would I be if everything I desired was already my reality? Then they don't just visualize that person, they become them right here, right now, in their physical body. They breathe as that person breathes, they hold their posture as that person holds theirs, they feel the emotions that person feels. The key to this practice is engaging as many senses as possible to make the experience feel real. To their nervous system, how does the air smell in their new reality? What sounds do they hear? What textures do they feel? What is the dominant emotional flavor of their day? The more vividly they can embody this future now state, the more quickly their subconscious mind accepts it as their current reality, which triggers a corresponding identity shift at the quantum level. They are literally training their brain and body to expect this new reality, making it the path of least resistance for their energy to flow. This practice overrides old programming by creating new, more compelling neural pathways that support their desired identity. This simple daily practice is the engine that drives their manifestation breakthrough because it closes the energetic gap between who they've been and who they're becoming. Every time they successfully embody their future now self, they're sending a powerful, coherent signal to the quantum field that says, this is who I am now. The universe, which is always responding to their dominant state of being, has no choice but to start reflecting this new identity back to them in the form of synchronicities, opportunities, and eventually the full physical manifestation of their desire. It's the most direct way to shift from wanting something in the future to being it in the now. The moment someone makes a genuine, non-negotiable decision that they are ready to receive their desire now, the universe responds with an astonishing display of synchronicity and support. This isn't just a mental decision, it's a deep soul-level commitment that creates a powerful energetic alignment throughout their entire being. Suddenly, the right people start showing up, the perfect opportunities appear out of nowhere, and resources they didn't even know they needed become available. This isn't the universe finally noticing them, it's the universe responding to the clarity and coherence of their new signal. When they decide they're ready, they stop broadcasting mixed messages and start transmitting a clear frequency that reality can easily organize itself around. The signs of this cosmic response are unmistakable and often feel magical. They might overhear a conversation that provides the exact answer they've been looking for, see repeating numbers that confirm they're on the right path, or receive a sudden intuitive hit to go somewhere, or call someone that leads to a major breakthrough. These are not random coincidences. They are the physical manifestations of their identity shift. The quantum field is literally rearranging itself to create the most efficient path between their current position and their desired reality. And these synchronicities are the breadcrumbs marking that path. The more they notice and act on these signs, the faster their journey accelerates. The most beautiful part of this process is realizing that the universe has been ready to support them all along. It was just waiting for them to become ready to receive that support. Their decision to be ready now is the manifestation breakthrough that unlocks the floodgates of grace, ease, and flow. They stop trying to force things to happen and start allowing them to unfold, trusting that their inner certainty is the only thing required to set the creative process in motion. When they finally decide they're worthy now, ready now, and deserving now, they align with the infinite intelligence that has been waiting patiently to deliver everything they've ever wanted and more. The biggest paradox in manifestation is that the more someone needs their desire to show up on a specific timeline, the more they actually push it away. This attachment to when creates a frequency of anxiety and impatience, which is the energetic opposite of trust and fulfillment. The quantum field responds to their current state of being, and if their state is one of watching, waiting, and wondering, they'll manifest more experiences of watching, waiting, and wondering. True energetic alignment happens when they can let go of the timeline completely and trust that their desire will manifest at the perfect moment for their highest good. This detachment doesn't mean they stop caring, it means they start trusting that divine timing is always superior to their ego's timeline. Letting go of control is actually the ultimate act of power because it signals to the universe that they have absolute faith in their new identity. When they can embody the feeling of their desired reality without needing external proof to validate it, they've achieved a profound identity shift. They're no longer living in a state of, "I'll be happy when," but have accessed a state of, I'm happy now regardless of when. This unconditional fulfillment is the most magnetic frequency they can emit because it removes all resistance and allows their manifestation to flow to them through the path of least resistance. It's like planting a seed. They trust that it will sprout and grow at the right time without constantly digging it up to check on its progress. The moment they genuinely release their attachment to the timeline, they often experience a massive manifestation breakthrough. Because they've finally gotten out of their own way, the universe can orchestrate events, align opportunities, and move people in ways that their logical mind could never have planned. But it requires them to surrender, control, and allow the process to unfold. When they can say with complete sincerity, "I know this is mine, and I trust it will arrive at the perfect time and in the perfect way," they align with the infinite intelligence that makes miracles possible. Detachment isn't giving up on their desire. It's giving up the struggle and allowing it to come to them with ease and grace. The ultimate realization that comes from mastering this one shift is recognizing that they've never been separate from the power they've been seeking. They are that power. Every manifestation technique, every spiritual practice, every book they've read has just been a tool to help them remember what was already true about their infinite nature. They weren't broken and didn't need fixing. They were always whole, powerful creators who had temporarily forgotten how to use their own divine technology. This is the manifestation breakthrough that changes everything, because it moves them from being a seeker of power to being the source of power. The journey of energetic alignment is ultimately a journey back to self-trust. It's about learning to trust their intuition over their conditioning, their inner knowing over external opinions, their authentic desires over their limiting beliefs. When they finally reclaim this inner authority, they stop looking outside themselves for answers, validation, or permission to create the life they want. They realize that divine timing isn't some external force they have to wait for. It's the natural unfolding that happens when their inner state is aligned with their soul's highest intentions. They become their own guru, their own guide, their own source of wisdom and inspiration. This profound identity shift isn't about becoming someone new. It's about removing everything that was never truly them and allowing their authentic self to emerge. The power they've unlocked was never lost. It was just obscured by layers of doubt, fear, and conditioning. Now that they know how to access it through identity alignment, they can consciously create any reality they choose, not because they've learned a new trick, but because they've remembered who they really are. Their life becomes a masterpiece that they're consciously painting with the colors of their awareness, the brush strokes of their assumptions, and the canvas of their infinite potential. They've always had the power. Now they finally know how to use it. So here's what I need you to understand. Everything you've ever wanted is not waiting for you to find it. It's waiting for you to become it. The one shift that unlocks everything, is the identity shift from wanting to being, from seeking to knowing, from trying to allowing. You have always had the power to create any reality you choose. You just didn't know that your identity was the switch that turned that power on. Are you ready to stop being someone who wants success and start being someone who is success? Are you ready to stop seeking love and start embodying love? Are you ready to stop trying to attract abundance and start living as abundance? Because here's what I know. The moment you make this internal identity shift, your external reality will have no choice but to reflect your new state of being. This is the manifestation breakthrough you've been waiting for. I want to know, what is the new identity you are ready to embody right now? What I am statement are you going to start practicing today that will create the energetic alignment you've been seeking? Share it in the comments, because declaring your new identity is the first step to living it, and I want to witness your transformation. And if you're serious about mastering this one shift and learning the specific practices that will help you anchor your new identity permanently, make sure you watch the video appearing on your screen right now. I'm going to reveal the 3 most common mistakes people make that keep them stuck in their old identity. Mistakes that can sabotage their breakthrough even after they've learned this truth. Remember, you don't get what you want. You get what you are. Subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, and join me every week as we explore the deeper truths of conscious creation. You've always had the power. Now you know how to use it.